Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I am Nina, and if you are new, welcome. Today I'm very excited to share this topic with you. It's a topic that I love speaking about, and I don't think I speak about it often enough. So, how do you add charm to your personality? I speak a lot about looks, how you should look, especially if you're trying to attract a date or if you're going on a date. But let us touch a little bit more on personality. What traits make you attractive? What should you play up a little bit more? And I'm going to give you 3 easy steps that you're going to be able to remember in no time. So, number one, smile. Okay, so I know popular culture has made like the resting bee face very popular, but that is not how you get people endeared to you. That's not how you get people to be under your spell necessarily. It's very off putting for a lot of people. So, smiling is very important. Now, when I say smile, I don't mean, walk around with all your teeth out all day long. That kind of looks weird. But smiling kind of helps with brightening up your face. So think about when you're smiling and you're really smiling, not just pasting it on, your whole face lights up. So you want to keep that energy on you as much as possible. So even if you're sitting having a drink at a restaurant or you're shopping or whatever it is that you're doing, if your whole face is lit, if you're talking to someone or someone is talking to you, you're on a date or whatever, if your whole face is lit up, that already gives an indication of a pleasant energy around you. That is what a smile really does. It puts that pleasant energy around you so that people around you are drawn to you. So, ladies, make sure that you smile more often than you frown. When you're not smiling, your whole face kind of droops and it almost makes you look a little bit older. So, if nothing else, your youthfulness can be preserved by smiling. So, make it a habit to smile at people. If you're being served at a restaurant, smile at your waiter or your waitress or your barman. If you're being helped at a store, make sure you smile at the service staff as well. Wherever you go, if you leave a little bit of positive smiling energy with them, you never really know who's watching, that will be instantly attracted to you because of that. But it also helps you to have a very sunny disposition in your personality as well. So smile more. This is something that is very, very simple in theory, but if you're used to walking around frowning, it becomes really hard to implement. So try and catch yourself throughout the day as much as possible. I would say, even if you're sitting at home alone, practice smiling. Smile at yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror. Smile at your pets, smile at whoever you're living with. Just make it a habit to constantly keep your face lit up with a smile. Okay, so that's point number one. Point number two is your posture. It is very difficult to be perceived as charming when you're slouched over, okay? You want to have a good straight posture at all times. Now, this is a bit of a gray area because you also don't want to have that kind of posture that makes you look like a military person, because that's also very intimidating. But you just want to make sure your shoulders are low and rolled back, your chest is high, your back is straight, whether you're sitting down or walking around. Wearing heels is very good for maintaining a strong posture when you're standing or walking, provided that you know how to walk in your heels. And barring that, just make sure that you keep your back strong and straight so that your spine doesn't, experience too much pressure from slouching over. And what your posture does is it makes you look more confident, more balanced, more in control, more assertive. When you walk into a room with a strong posture, once again, gray area, so find your middle ground. But when you walk in with your back straight, your shoulders are back, and your chest is high, your neck is nice and long. When you walk into a room with that kind of posture, people will immediately notice you. You become very noticeable very, very quickly. And that is something that is immediately attractive. Now, if you walk in with a strong posture and a smile on your face, or at least in your eyes, that is a very deadly combination because that immediately tells people that you're confident and you're friendly and approachable. And that makes you very charming. Charm is about, you know, getting people to want to be in your presence. Charm is almost like putting people under your spell, but in a very light and friendly way. So when you have that disposition that people want to be next to you, that is already adding charm to your personality. You've already charmed your way into those people's consciousness and awareness. And that's really what you want to do because the rest is going to be up to the man that really likes you and wants to ask you on a date, or that person that really wants to talk to you, whether it's for friendship, business, socializing, dating, whatever. Having that magnetism and having that attractive vibe is really going to help you to achieve a lot of your goals. So make sure that your posture stays strong as much as possible. If you need to practice yoga or, whatever exercises to help your back get into that naturally, get into that posture naturally, do that. Some people practice walking around with books stacked on their heads. I know it may look a little bit silly, but if you're doing it in your house, nobody knows. But that's just all to wire your body for a straight posture, because that is one of the most attractive and charming things you can add to your personality and to your whole image. Okay? So smile, have a good, strong posture. And the third one is more to do with how people interact with you. So figure out your personality. Are you witty at your best? Are you flirtatious and friendly? Or are you cute? So you need to figure out what your natural dispositions are in terms of your personality and play them up. Now, the trick here is in some situations, maybe like in a work situation or a social situation, maybe you're more witty than flirtatious. And then maybe in a dating scenario or flirtatious scenario, you're more flirtatious. So figure out which is suited for which, because you do want to be appropriate. That is very important. And then play it up. So if you're somebody that's very quick-witted, don't be afraid to throw it in a conversation once in a while so that people have an experience of different dimensions of who you are. That is also very charming because you don't want to be a, two-dimensional cutout wherever you are. You want to have different layers and dimensions to your personality. So throw a little bit of wit out there, spontaneously. If you're in a romantic setting, don't be afraid to flirt. Don't be afraid to flirt with the person that you're on a date with the person that's asking you out on a date, etc. Because that also helps a person fall more under your spell. Okay, there's a lot going on. There's helicopters and lawnmowers, so you'll just forgive that for the next 5 seconds. Okay, so don't be afraid to flirt. Flirting shows confidence as well, and it shows interest. That is very important in a romantic setting because as confident as we may look to other people, we all have our internal insecurities. So the person that is sitting with you or sitting across the table from you may have their own insecurities about whether you're really interested in them or not. So when you flirt with them here and there, once in a while, or whatever in the conversation, that affirms the fact that you are interested somewhat in them, which is important to get them under your spell, right? And it's important to get them to relax and move forward with the date. If you are more of a cute kind of girl, throw that out as well. That is very charming. It's like if you're talking to a really young child and they, have their cute expressions or whatever, that makes you fall in love with them, right? That makes you feel like, oh, that's so cute, and gets you endeared to them. So it's the exact same effect on a man. You need to be able to throw that in there, whether it's a look or something that you say or how you change your voice to sound cute, whatever. I would use cute if you're asking for something, because that just helps drop the serious face and drop the person's guard down. But it's totally up to you how you want to use it. If that is already a part of your personality, play it up. If it's not really a part of your personality, it may seem a little bit forced if you haven't really mastered how to be cute. So maybe stick with what works for you. If you're more flirtatious and more, alluring, use that and maybe mix it up with wit or mix it up with cuteness if you have that in your arsenal as well. Now, all of these are traits that you can learn. You can learn how to smile if you don't smile often. You can learn how to walk straight, and you can learn how to play up your wit or your flirtatious personality or your cute personality traits. These are things that just require practice. They're very easy to remember. And even if you remember one of them at a time, that is more than what most ladies are doing. So you are already ahead of the game. So those are my 3 tips. I hope they help. Let me know if they do. Share this video if you feel like it will be helpful for another lady out there to add some charm to her personality. And don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the right things. And I will see you beautiful ladies in the next one. Bye.